Hidden behind the modern skyline of Manila is a world where survival itself has become a daily battle. In some of the most overcrowded corners of Asia, thousands of families live surrounded by mountains of garbage, polluted waterways, and crumbling shelters built from scraps of metal and plastic. For many people here, trash is not just waste. It is a source of food income and the only way to stay alive another day. While tourists often see the shopping malls, luxury districts, and vibrant nightlife of the Philippines' capital, few ever witness the harsh conditions faced by communities trapped in extreme poverty. Entire neighborhoods have formed beside railroad tracks, underneath bridges, and near dangerous dumping grounds, where children grow up breathing toxic air and searching through waste for anything valuable. Yet even in these heartbreaking conditions, stories of resilience, hope, and human endurance continue to emerge. In today's travel documentary, we'll step inside one of the dirtiest and most densely populated places in Asia to uncover how people survive against impossible odds. From overcrowded slums to shocking living conditions, rarely shown to the outside world, this is the hidden reality of Manila that many never see. The impact of rapid urbanization on Manila. The story of Manila's poverty is deeply intertwined with its rapid urbanization. Since 2007, the city has experienced overwhelming growth, especially being in Asia, where opportunities are perceived to be plentiful. People flock to Manila hoping to find progress and a better life. But often they face a different reality, one characterized by severe overcrowding, inadequate infrastructure, and constant congestion. By 2024, Manila has grown to over 13 million residents within a mere 42 square kilometers, making it one of the densest cities globally. The population density in Manila reaches an astonishing 13,000 people per square mile. Imagine trying to navigate streets so crowded that every step requires patience, moving past homes built from reclaimed materials where privacy is a luxury few can afford. Public spaces are limited, and the heavy air filled with exhaust fumes, and the scent of the city speaks to the daily hardships that so many endure. The insufficient green spaces and parks mean that families have few places to escape the chaos. In neighborhoods like Tondo, congestion never stops, whether it's day or night. People live side by side where small streets are alive with activity, from children playing on the narrow alleys to vendors trying to sell food to survive. What would you find most challenging about living in such cramped conditions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Instead of the comfort and opportunities that many migrants dream of, they are met with cramped living spaces and a scarcity of resources, including clean water and basic waste management. This has resulted in higher rates of respiratory and waterborne diseases, particularly in overcrowded areas. Tondo, the symbol of overcrowding and resilience. Among Manila's many neighborhoods, Tondo stands out as a symbol of both overcrowding and resilience. Tondo is Manila's largest informal settlement home to around 100,000 people within just a few square kilometers. This densely populated area showcases a stark contrast between Manila's towering high-rises and its neighborhoods struggling with inadequate infrastructure, a legacy left by the Spanish colonial period. Life in Tondo comes with constant challenges. Homes here are often pieced together from makeshift materials, metal sheets, wood, and plastic tarps. The structures, while fragile, are the only protection against the elements for many families. These homes provide little insulation against Manila's extreme heat and heavy rains, making living conditions uncomfortable and often unsafe. The air carries a pungent mix of odors, emissions from vehicles, smoke from open fires, and the residual scents from nearby industrial areas. Noise pollution is also a significant issue, with sounds of honking horns, loud conversations, and the constant buzz of daily life making it difficult to find a quiet moment. Despite this, people persist. Some residents search for items that can be reused either for daily needs or to sell. It is a way of coping despite the potential health risks involved. What would you do if faced with such daily struggles? How would you find hope in such a place? Grassroots initiatives such as neighborhood groups and makeshift classrooms provide a semblance of support to these communities. Local organizations often come together to help improve living conditions through collective action, whether it's organizing trash cleanup efforts or creating informal educational opportunities for children. Tondo is both a place of hardship and a beacon of hope, demonstrating why it is essential to create policies that focus on long-term improvements for underserved urban populations. Pagpag, a story of survival food in Manila. In areas like Tondo, where scarcity is the norm, the concept of Pagpag has become a symbol of resilience. But what is Pagpag? The term literally means to shake off the dust in Filipino. But in the context of Manila's poorest, it refers to leftover food salvaged from restaurants. Gathered, cleaned, recooked, and resold Pagpag is a means of survival for many families. With limited income, Pagpag becomes a necessary choice. Sold for about 35 cents per raw serving or 18 cents for a prepared meal, it is affordable to those who otherwise have no food security. The process involves collecting the leftovers, cleaning, seasoning, and cooking them again, all in an attempt to make it safe to eat. Despite health risks, the necessity to feed hungry mouths takes precedence, especially when there are children involved. The COVID-19 pandemic further intensified this reliance on Pagpag as lockdowns limited income sources, particularly for informal workers. The reduction in economic activity meant many more families had to depend on such forms of sustenance. Pagpag represents a heartbreaking form of resilience. It highlights the clear gap between the glitz of luxurious high-rise buildings and the stark reality of urban poverty in Manila. Economic challenges and social inequality in Manila. Despite the country's overall economic growth, poverty remains a significant challenge for millions of Manila's residents. Over 30% of Manila's population lives below the poverty line, illustrating the enormous divide between foreign investments and the reality of local economic hardships. In low-income neighborhoods, poverty affects all aspects of daily life, from housing and food to access to water and electricity. Employment opportunities are scarce, with an official unemployment rate of around 6%. Yet many more face underemployment or earn wages insufficient to cover their basic needs. Roughly half of Manila's workforce is formally employed, yet many receive only enough income to get by. The rest find work in the informal sector, doing jobs like street vending, where income can be highly inconsistent, particularly during typhoon season when street activity diminishes. The roots of Manila's economic disparity can be traced back to historical class structures, where families with generational wealth maintain significant influence over the economy. This concentration of power continues to limit the opportunities for upward mobility, making Manila one of the cities with the highest levels of income inequality in Southeast Asia. In response, local communities have started grassroots initiatives, including informal education programs, safety groups, and small-scale community economies that aim to support each other and build resilience amid systemic failures. Environmental degradation and pollution. Manila's rapid urbanization has not only strained its economy and infrastructure, but also left a significant impact on the environment. The Pasig River, which once ran clean through the heart of Manila, is now a symbol of environmental degradation. Over its 25 kilometers, the river is visibly filled with pollutants, both from densely populated areas and nearby industries. Once a vital resource, the Pasig River now poses a health hazard to the communities that live nearby, contributing to illnesses such as skin infections and respiratory issues due to the contaminated air and water. But it is not just the river that suffers. Air pollution in Manila exceeds recommended levels due to emissions from vehicles, industrial waste, and open burning. Many residents use firewood or other makeshift means for cooking, adding further to the pollution. Waste management systems are underdeveloped, leading to visible garbage in streets and waterways. Manila Bay, another vital part of the city's ecosystem, struggles under the weight of pollution, 70% of which comes from household and industrial waste. Comparing Manila to other major cities like Singapore or Bangkok, it is evident that the lack of coordinated waste management policies and infrastructure investments is contributing to its environmental woes. Unlike cities that have implemented efficient public transport systems and robust waste management, Manila still relies heavily on private vehicles, which contributes to congestion and pollution. While there are ongoing rehabilitation projects, such as efforts to clean the Pasig River, a comprehensive approach is needed. This would involve stricter regulations on waste management, sustainable infrastructure investments, and coordinated policy implementation to support both environmental health and the well-being of its citizens. Only through targeted environmental policies and community-driven cleanup efforts can Manila begin to restore its natural environment and improve the quality of life for its residents. Rising crime rates in overcrowded areas. The densely packed urban areas of Manila face another significant challenge: crime. Despite reports of improving safety across the Philippines, Manila's crime rate continues to be one of the highest in Southeast Asia. In 2023, the city's safety index reached concerning levels, with increased incidents of theft, vandalism, and other unintended crimes causing many residents to feel unsafe in their own neighborhoods. The underlying causes of rising crime are complex, deeply tied to the social and economic challenges faced by the population. High unemployment rates and the rising cost of living have pushed many, particularly the youth, toward informal and illegal activities in order to make ends meet. The narrow, complex layout of many of Manila's neighborhoods also makes it difficult for law enforcement to maintain a strong and consistent presence. In response, the government has increased patrols in many areas, but critics argue that such measures only address the symptoms not the root causes of the problem. Many believe that more comprehensive social solutions, such as improving education, job creation, and mental health support, are necessary to create meaningful change. Non-governmental organizations have stepped in with youth programs aimed at building sustainable skills and providing positive opportunities for engagement. Addressing crime effectively in Manila requires more than policing. It needs investment in people, education, and economic opportunities to tackle the root causes of crime. Transparency and public management. Urban development and improvements in Manila are increasingly urgent, but these efforts are often hindered by challenges of transparency and public management. Limited transparency in budget allocation has left essential projects underperforming or unfinished. For example, housing projects aimed at improving living conditions for the poor are often delayed, incomplete, or poorly executed due to ineffective resource allocation and complex administrative processes. These issues go beyond just housing. Environmental sanitation programs have similarly failed to deliver due to poor budget management and discrepancies between planning and implementation. This has led to continued hardships for the city's most vulnerable communities, who often see no significant improvements despite official announcements of allocated funding. Efforts toward reform do exist. Civil society organizations, independent media, and government oversight bodies are actively working to promote transparency and accountability. Technology is also playing a role in making budget information accessible to the public, giving communities the tools they need to monitor resource use. Public participation is also being encouraged with platforms that allow citizens to provide feedback on projects directly. Health and sanitation, the cost of urban poverty. Manila's poorest communities face an uphill battle when it comes to health and sanitation. Limited infrastructure, polluted water sources, and inadequate waste management contribute to the daily health challenges that residents face. In densely populated areas, wastewater often flows through open ditches, exposing families to health risks like waterborne diseases, respiratory issues, and skin conditions. Families like Maricel's, who live in areas such as Tondo, do their best to maintain some level of cleanliness. Maricel, a mother of 3, tries to boil water and clean frequently to protect her children. But every time it rains, the water brings dirt, making it almost impossible to keep her environment safe. Flooding is a common occurrence, which not only brings in contaminated water, but also damages the fragile homes that are already barely standing. According to a UNICEF report, only 57% of Manila's residents have access to safe drinking water, and less than 45% have basic sanitation facilities. Addressing these health and sanitation issues requires coordinated efforts. Improvements must be made to infrastructure, public health education, and access to basic services. Public health campaigns need to educate residents on simple yet effective ways to improve hygiene, despite the limited resources they have. While grassroots initiatives are helping bridge the gaps in healthcare, the scale of the problem demands government intervention and systemic changes. Government policies and community efforts. The Philippine government has initiated urban redevelopment projects intended to alleviate congestion and improve living conditions in low-income neighborhoods. However, these efforts have also led to new challenges. In places like Tondo, residents who are displaced by redevelopment projects often have no guarantee of housing in the new developments. Relocation frequently moves them far from their workplaces, affecting their livelihoods and forcing many to return to their original neighborhoods. In addition to housing, there are challenges with funding and administrative issues, which further limit the success of these initiatives. Effective urban development requires significant investments in housing infrastructure and social services, but delays and coordination problems between various government agencies have left many well-intended programs lacking the intended impact. In the face of these limitations, non-governmental organizations such as Gawad Kalinga and the Philippine Red Cross provide crucial support. They focus on healthcare education and economic empowerment, advocating for policy reform and helping build more sustainable communities. These NGOs also work closely with local residents to understand their needs better, ensuring that the solutions they implement are community-centric. Community-led efforts such as neighborhood waste management and safety initiatives also demonstrate the resilience of the people. However, grassroots actions alone cannot create lasting change without systemic reforms. Cultural insights, joy and resilience amid struggle. Despite the hardships, the people of Manila continue to find joy and solidarity. Amid all the challenges faced by urban communities, the vibrant cultural life in informal settlements showcases the resilience of the people. In neighborhoods like Tondo, bustling morning markets bring residents together in a vibrant community hub, where people come to connect, share stories, and support each other. Festivals and communal gatherings such as traditional fiestas that honor patron saints provide moments of unity. Despite limited resources, families contribute what they can, creating feasts that emphasize the spirit of community rather than abundance. Music fills the streets. People of all ages participate, and there is a sense of joy that transcends the day-to-day struggles of life in the city. One particularly cherished tradition is Simbang Gabi, a 9-day series of pre-dawn masses held in December. Families gather in local chapels to celebrate this Filipino custom, fostering unity, joy, and spirituality. It is through traditions like these that communities maintain a sense of hope and shared identity, even when faced with the toughest circumstances. The bonds formed during these gatherings are vital for their emotional and mental resilience. They are a reminder that there is more to life than just survival, that community culture and connection matter. These cultural practices reflect a powerful human experience, one that reveals the strength of community and the importance of maintaining traditions. As Manila looks toward the future, these cultural bonds will be crucial in sustaining the spirit of the people. Conclusion: Manila's struggle for stability and hope. The story of Manila is one of contrasts, a city that grows upward with skyscrapers, while at its base, families struggle to survive. Amid the challenges of poverty, pollution, overcrowding, and inequality, there is resilience. But the big question remains, will resilience alone be enough? Or is systemic change needed to truly support the most vulnerable communities? Long-term sustainable solutions will require a combined effort from the government, NGOs, and local communities. Addressing the root causes of poverty and inequality, from inadequate housing and healthcare to education and job creation, will be the key to bridging the gap between the city's luxurious high-rises and its underserved neighborhoods. These systemic changes need to come with genuine support for the people, not just policies written on paper. As we continue our Beewild series, we invite you to explore these hidden corners of the world with us, shedding light on both struggles and resilience. Your support helps us continue to share these important stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.